Hello internet, around here I go by Cat of Diamonds and welcome to FannishReviews. Who doesn't love lists? I love lists. And I wanted to jump on a booktuber bandwagon and share with you 10 books that are set to be released in 2015, but I want now! Kona! Most of them are standalones, but some of them are mid-series. And while I know so many series are being continued in 2015, these are the series that I'm currently caught up on. I'm behind in a lot of series. It's one reason that I could really do with being a Time Lord with a TARDIS. That I could read all the books. Anyway, moving on. Since I don't want to order them in any heavy favor, I've decided to order them within release date. First up, Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. Release date January 6, 2015. Tomorrow. Golden Sun picks up 2 years-ish from where we left Darrow in Red Rising, which I just read during the Christmas Booktubeathon, and at that time, I had no idea how close this release date was. The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. Release date January 13th, 2015. The Darkest Part of the Forest is set in a town where humans and fae live side by side in peace, until they don't. You know, as the fae do. And while I'm sometimes hit or miss with fairies in paranormal book series, I loved Holly Black's The Coldest Girl in Coal Town, which I reviewed here, and I knew I'd be reading more Holly Black after that. Mr. Kiss and Tell by Rob Thomas and Jennifer Graham. Release date January 20th, 2015. Gah! I love that Rob Thomas is involved in the production of the Veronica Mars books. Ugh. I read the first one, The $1,000 Tan Line, and I was so impressed with how much it felt like reading an episode of the show. However, if you haven't watched the 3 seasons of Veronica Mars and the Kickstarter movie, then what are you doing with your life? Shadow Study by Maria V. Snyder. Release date February 24th, 2015. This series is where I cheat the list a little bit, but I loved Yelena in the study series, so I'm including it even though I haven't read book 2 or 3 in the Healer series. I'm just gonna make sure I read those 2 before this book comes out because I am hooked, and I'm so excited that she continues to find stories within this world to tell. The Story Spinner by Becky Wallace. Release date March 3rd, 2015. The Story Spinner is the first book in a new fantasy series. It's got magical warriors and missing princesses, but honestly the reason I added it to so high on the list is it's got a lady archer on the front, and I love archery, okay? The Heir by Kiera. Release date May 5th, 2015. I thought the selection series was going to be over with the 1, and so did a lot of people. However, The Heir picks up 20 years in the future with America and Maxon's daughter, who's starting her own selection process. I've done a 180 with this book because when I first heard The Heir as the title, I was like, really? An entire book of her being pregnant? Why? We kind of did this already. It's okay, Twilight, you still have a place in my heart. So not only am I much happier, but I'm also excited. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Release date May 5th, 2015. Ooh, this is the start of a new series by Sarah J. Maas, and it has the same release date as The Heir, so ooh. I just take it as proof that publishing houses are trying to kill us. This is a new storyline with a new hero of the story, but oh my god, it's still so exciting. The Islands at the End of the World by Austin Aslan. Release date August 5th, 2015. I just have to read the synopsis from Goodreads, y'all. 16-year-old Leilani loves surfing in her home in Hilo on the big island of Hawaii, but she's an outsider, half white, half Hawaiian, and an epileptic. While Lei and her father are on a visit to Oahu, a global disaster strikes. Technology and power fail. Hawaii is cut off from the world, and the islands revert to traditional ways of survival. As Lei and her dad embark on a nightmarish journey across islands to reach home and family, she learns her epilepsy and her deep down connection to Hawaii could be the keys to ending the crisis before it becomes worse than anyone could imagine. I am fascinated by the culture of Hawaii, and at one point I had wanted to give all of my future kids Hawaiian middle names. And who knows, maybe after this book series I will. Additionally, I love that Leilani is not only a person of color, but actually has a pretty serious disability and must face end-of-the-world conditions. Diamonds Are Forever. Release date October 27th, 2015. Diamonds Are Forever is the 3rd and final book in the Secret Diamond Sisters series by my friend Michelle Maddow. And with how book 2, Diamonds in the Rough, ended, well, I can't wait to see what Michelle's gonna throw at these ladies next. If you haven't read the first 2, I have booktube reviews on both, so I highly recommend that you catch up. And finally, Winter by Marissa Meyer. Release date November 24th, 2015. Before Winter, there was Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress, who are all heroines in this awesome world of fairy tale retellings, which are so good. I've enjoyed the build in this series so immensely, so Yeah, this one's a serious waiting game. And I wouldn't be a booktuber if I had 2 honorable mentions and that therefore talked about more books than just 10. First honorable mention goes to The Shadow Cabinet by Maureen Johnson, which releases in February 2015, but I'm kind of worried of that because it feels like I've been waiting for this book forever. And the second one goes to Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, which releases in September 2015, but I'm so behind in the Immortal Instrument series that I haven't even started the Infernal Devices series, so yeah, books. There are so many of them coming out in 2015, and I am so behind in so many. Please let me know in the comments any other books that I did not leave in this list and that I absolutely have to add to my TBR list. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you're excited about these books. I am, obviously. I made a video about it. So until my next review, which is my first review of the year, happy reading.